Hi, I'm Dani Gasparini, and welcome to this segment of Penn Voice. I am joined today by Irving Torres, who is the legislative aide to Warren Slocum, Board of Supervisors, I think represents the District 4. Irving, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dani, for having me.
You are about to launch a great, exciting conference, the OYE Conference. So we're here to tell all of our viewers about it. So tell us.
Yeah, definitely. So OYE actually in English means hey, but in this context, it's actually an acronym which stands for Orgullo y Educación, which means pride in education. And that's what it's all about, Dani. It's about bringing together 300 local teens and adults, as well as young adults, to build a community, to explore the questions of identity and purpose, and to also provide resources in networking. And thanks to the collaboration of Supervisor Slocum as well as Terry Chin, who's a community leader in North Fair Oaks and Redwood City, along with other agencies, we're able to host this amazing conference.
Is this your first time?
No, this is my third year being on this planning committee for the upcoming conference.
So I imagine you've got some new and exciting things with this year's conference then. What's the theme?
The theme is who am I and where do I want to be? And that's very important for a young individual to start thinking about long-term career goals, as well as success in their life. And so really to think long-term and to see what they can do to kind of improve on their lack of resources.
So how do you sort of come up with these themes? I mean, the focus of each of the conferences.
Yeah, the great part about this, Dani, is that part of this planning committee, we incorporate youth members to really kind of get a sense of what is the everyday life of a young Latino and Latina student. And so they were the ones that really brought this idea. We were the adult allies there. We're just really kind of motivating them and speaking loud and encouraging them to share their ideas. So it was this effort of intergenerational groups being involved with coming up with this.
What's the age range?
It's between 12 and 22 years old.
Okay, and then, so they represent what school districts or what geographic area for this conference?
So in the past, we've focused just on North Fair Oaks and Redwood City, just due to the capacity. We were hosting the previous conferences at the Fair Oaks Community Center, but this year we moved to Kenyatta College. So we're expanding it to East Palo Alto, but now to basically every Latino in San Mateo County.
So tell us a little bit about what the conference looks like from beginning to end.
Definitely. So this year we're going to actually kind of provide some information to young adults, Latinos. We're calling it like the State of Latinos in the beginning of the portion, but we have some fantastic keynote speakers. One of them is Professor Francisco Jimenez, who was a previous professor at Santa Clara University. As well, he's an author who actually talks about his life from an immigrant in Mexico and working as a migrant farm worker in Central Valley, and through his success becoming a professor, as well as a Fabiana Rodriguez, who's an activist artist who uses art towards activists and advocacy. Besides the keynote speakers, we have these amazing workshops to really kind of engage young people with kind of success towards college, as well as identifying different careers. So one of the amazing programs as part of this conference is really focusing on coding as well as public speaking, because we know how important speaking is in terms of career and success. And we have these amazing educational workshops as well. Prevention of substance abuse, interaction with law enforcement, and various other education components that really is essential for our young community.
So these students are actually come out with some tools for success. I mean, things that they've either had an opinion on or are learning from, but they're actually going to come out of this conference with greater understanding and extra information and education about how to be successful, and going back to the theme of the conference.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. It's about really providing the tools necessary for our young community to succeed.
How is it just a day conference? What's the date, and how can people sign up?
Definitely. So the date is going to be Saturday, May 21st from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. So it's an all-day interactive conference. And people can sign up either by sending email, which is oye@gmail.com.
And we'll put that up on the screen so people don't have to rush and write it down.
Or visit our Facebook page at OYE 2016. And that has all the information of all the basically the agenda for the conference,
Right.
as well as an Eventbrite where you can sign up to register.
Is there a cost to the students?
It is absolutely free. Thanks to the amazing sponsors from Comcast to our leading sponsor, Facebook, we're able to provide this conference for free.
So all the information's on the website. What's the one thing that you feel you've learned over the last 2 and 3 years of each conference, and what you're going to try and hit home this year?
I think the importance is really building a connection with the youth members.
Okay.
I think in my role as being part of the planning committee, as well as a previous keynote speaker for the OYE Conference, I really was able to really engage with a lot of the youth members who on a daily basis might have struggles outside of their school environment. And so really this day is really kind of interacting with these mentors, with these adult allies. And the benefit of these interactions is I've developed kind of a mentor relationship with a lot of these youth members.
Well, I imagine you've learned a lot as well. So it's a two-way street.
Exactly. I mean, especially in my role as a legislative aide to Supervisor Slocum, it's great to hear about just the needs and kind of really talk with Supervisor Slocum to see what else can we do to provide more resources.
I mean, there's no better person than a youth today, as far as feet on the ground, to tell you what community struggles are and how we can make our entire community more successful. And that starts with youth and ensuring that they are involved in the right programs, they have access to education, health, etc. Exactly.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, just to put it into perspective, you know, in 2015, it was actually 40% of San Mateo County school enrollment were identified as Latinos. And so really kind of gain that perspective in empowering these youth members to know that they are, you know, just as valuable in the community as any other ethnic background. And we want to make sure that we're here for them and to support them anyway.
Well, you know, a lot of times we always talk with our youth too. They have a voice. They certainly voice it on Facebook and Twitter, but they don't know where to go beyond that. So how do you then take that voice and actually make change? And I think this OYE conference is that place where they can do it. Their voice is not only heard, they're learning and gaining new tools and gaining new education, but they're learning about new resources and how to voice and make change.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. I mean, with the resource tables for a lot of these youths, talking to them in previous conferences, they never heard of these scholarship programs or these kind of resources to help them tackle some challenging effects. And so one of the great things that we're launching this year is Supervisor Slocum, in partnership with the American Medical Response, is going to be promoting a scholarship/mentorship to applicants in Supervisor Slocum's district to provide them free tuition for community college, as well as the necessary certificates to become an EMT person.
Well, not to mention they're going to gain access to you as a legislative aide and to Supervisor Slocum. So again, going back to tools for success and how do they empower themselves, they're going to have the ear of you know, our board of supervisors to say what's happening and how do we make you more successful.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think with the development of the youths, it has to be all these kind of community partners in play, and having government be involved in this program, in this conference, is just essential towards kind of educating and empowering the youth members that we're here to support them.
How many students typically will attend?
So on average in the past, due to capacity, between like 100, 150, but now we're expanding it to double, Kenyatta College. So we're opening it up now.
So you're not worried about over-subscribing this year?
No, we encourage more of them to come and sign up, because I think the valuable lesson about this conference is the interactions among youth members, and really hearing stories from up from Daly City down to East Palo Alto is important. I mean, we definitely want to express that we're 20 cities and towns here in San Mateo County, and that each one may have different stories, but we unite towards a common goal.
Right. Well, I feel the passion from you, Irving. I am so excited that you're involved in this, and for our third year running, correct?
Yes.
Third year running? Yeah. Well, I want you to come back and tell us how the conference went, lessons learned, and what are the best points. People know they can jump on your website and we'll post it up. I wish you all the best for this conference.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dani.
And we'll see all of you next time on Penn Voice.